What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Yes, dude, I am so excited to be here. Hello, what is up? I am your host, Jay Chase, and it's Wednesday. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling light. I'm inspired. Man, I hope everybody's had a good week. I know I have. I'm happy to be back here, guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Keep coming back. Keep rocking with me. Keep supporting the show. Thank you so much. I cannot express my gratitude enough. If you like the show, you like an episode, rate it, review it, share it with a friend, somebody who might really enjoy the content. Tell me what resonated. Super excited to be here. Like I said, I think I got a great mindset for you guys. And this mindset allows us to propel ourselves forward when we tap into it. So I have been in deep thought lately, like where's my life headed? What am I doing? What direction do I want to take the podcast and things? Do I want to keep doing the podcast and things like this? So I sat back and I was like, I wish I could just have a conversation with my future self to tell me exactly right now which way to go. What is the reward of this work that I'm putting in right now? What's the outcome of this fire that I'm going through? Like, why? And this shit's like a roller coaster. I've been up, down, left, right. Some days I feel like I'm gonna throw up thinking about this. Some days I'm like, I'm excited because I'm thinking about this. It's all over the place. But what it really comes down to is the clarity. The clarity that this conversation could bring to me now, presently. How can this help me now? It's also such a beautiful thing to think about because the future's never promised. We can't plan our future step by step, day by day. Like, we just have to take what comes at us. But what we can do is have these conversations with our future selves or with our intentions, set those, and move in purpose on a daily to put that into action towards that future version of ourselves. And there's one very important thing. We can't become what we want by remaining what we are. We cannot become what we want to be by remaining what we are. So we have to figure out what we are, what got us through those previous fires that we've been through. How are we still standing tall right now? What self-talk mantras, prayers did we use then to get us right here? To take it to the next level, what pain did we have to go through to experience this growth? Like I said, I've been deep in thought, so buckle in. I'm excited to tackle this. We have to be grateful for what we have already escaped. What got us here will not get us there, but we have to remember what got us here. We have to be grateful for those things, for that transformation, for that elevation in that time of our lives. It's hard for me sometimes to put that down when I get stuck in my thoughts of where I've been and what I've been through. But that's always something that I'm going to carry with me because it's my foundation. But it doesn't have to be the top. It's not the peak of me. It's not something that I got to embody this version of me now. I can shed that and free myself. I can take those limits off myself. But that requires us to identify how our current relationship is with ourselves. In order to enter that next level, in order to get to that next period, in order to go through this shedding season, we got to ask ourselves if we're ready, because we're always ready to grow. We always want to grow. We're always ready for that next step. But right now, how is your current relationship with yourself? Sheesh. Because you got to really look at that. How is your current relationship with yourself? Now, this isn't just like a surface question. At least for me, it's not. But answering that question or attempting to answer that question led me to ask myself, what do I want to achieve? And why what I want to achieve is important. So like I said, we're looking at reflection, transformation, and elevation. This week's mindset can be limbo or it can be renewal, whatever it may be. But when we are looking for that direction and that clarity, Maybe that takes having a conversation with our future self. So how is your current relationship with yourself right now? Like I said, this isn't a surface question. Can't just say, I'm good, I love myself, I'm taking care of myself. But are you cultivating a relationship with yourself? Are you diving down deep, getting down to the root of the trauma, the pain, and nurturing that inner child, that inner love? Are you currently being kind to yourself? Are you getting to know yourself right now? What is your current relationship with yourself? Single? Are you finding yourself? Divorced? You walked away from an old version of you. Now you're walking into this new version of yourself that was better than the last? Is it an entanglement? Do you not know how to sort out which one is the good and which one's the bad? Which one's the old? Which one's the new? Which one you want to keep and which one you want to throw away? How is your relationship with yourself? What is your relationship with yourself? Once we can identify that, we get that much closer to going to the next level because we know where we're at. And what got us here won't get us there. So then we're able to adjust. Yo, this is good. Tap in, I'm telling you. I mean, do you remember those things that you went through? Those battles that you fought, those fires that you walked through? How you reacted to that? How that got you to where you are right now? But that's not going to get you to where you want to go. Because you had to initiate that pain to get you right here. You had to become aware of that. If you kept moving blindly, you would still be in that same place. You had to make an adjustment because what you had been doing then would not work to get you to where you wanted to be. And now we are back at that same place. How do we get to the next level? What's next? I believe that any situation that you're faced with in life, awareness comes before action. So we have to identify how and what our relationship is with ourselves. Knowing what that relationship is key because we can't move forward until we know exactly where we are. What else we need to work on? Where attention goes, energy flows. So once we figure that out and identify that, we can ask ourselves these next questions of what is it that I want to achieve? What's my goal? What's my purpose? What am I striving after? But to peel another layer off that, why is what I want to achieve important? Why does it matter to somebody? Why does it matter to me? When it comes down to it, we're all just trying to figure it out. And I'm trying to figure it out with you. I'm a self-healer trying to figure it out too. I'm healing from my past, trying to propel myself into the future. I'm right here with you. And naturally, as humans, we don't want to stop growing. We want to know what more is out there to learn. So we have to take those limits off ourselves. We have to free ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves to get exactly where we want to go. But we have to identify where we're at, ask what it is that we want, and ask why we want that. And make sure that our why is big enough to not stop us before we even get started. You've heard me preach this before. Why is it that we start so many things with so many passions and then it just dies off? I think it's because I wasn't ready for it. I didn't know how much commitment it would take. It sounded fun, but when I started putting in the work, I'm like, why am I doing this? My why wasn't big enough. And I promise you, after you figure out what your why is, after you identify your current relationship with yourself, after you figure out what it is that you want to achieve, there ain't nothing that's going to stop you from becoming exactly what that is, because you now have a clear plan and a clear vision to set intentions daily to take the steps that are needed to become that. But somewhere down this entire line of these questions and this conversation with your future self that you're having, you have to trust the process. You have to surrender. Yes, 99.9% of what happens in our life is self-induced, but we have to trust the process as we go through it because it's all in God's timing. It's all in divine timing. We cannot control when it happens, but we can be prepared for this bumpy or rocky road that we have ahead of us of transformation and elevation. Elevate your life. And I really hope that this has helped you. I hope this has added some clarity or painted a picture of how to get to that next level, of having that conversation with your future self, or even how to do that. Even if you haven't even thought about sitting down and just asking yourself, how is my current relationship with myself? What is it that I want to achieve? And why is that important? Thank you so much for rocking with me. This has been so much fun, deep. I hope this has spark some questions for you to ask yourself. I challenge you to ask yourself. I challenge you to go have that conversation with your future self. Man, if you enjoyed this episode, please rate it, review it, share with a friend who you think might need to hear this or might enjoy this content. Follow the show on Instagram at VJChase, so you don't miss an episode and you get to know me a little bit. So please keep coming back. We are back next week on Wednesday with a brand new mindset. Woo! Until then, stay focused, stay inspired, and please, please, don't let anyone touch your mindset.